There's a greater intelligence at work in each of us. One so vast, so infinite, that it humbles the conscious mind. We can only ever perceive the edges of it. Even the greatest awareness we think we've accessed, it's just the surface of something infinitely more profound. And the moment you realize that, something shifts. The ego starts to loosen its grip. You begin to see that the control the mind tries to exert isn't necessary. It isn't even really possible. This realization invites a question: how can I allow this greater intelligence to move through me? How deeply can I let go and surrender into it? And as you sit with that question, something incredible begins to happen. You discover that this gateway to this infinite presence isn't something outside of you. It's found in the balance point, the space between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. That balance is like a still point where everything aligns. It's not about fighting with your mind or forcing something to happen. It's about resting there, staying present, and allowing. In that balance point, the duality between the conscious and the unconscious dissolves. You stop being pulled into the chatter of the mind, and you're no longer trapped in the patterns buried in the unconscious. Instead, you touch a stillness, a spaciousness, and you feel it, the presence of something infinite. And from that stillness, the greater intelligence rises. It doesn't come from effort, it comes up as a result of your surrender. Now, what's remarkable about this process is how deeply the body responds. When you're in that balance point, when you're resting in that spaciousness, feeling the connection, the body naturally begins to release what it's been holding. Maybe, tension in your chest, knots in your gut, the grip in your mind that you've carried for years. These things that once felt immovable begin to soften, to unwind. You don't have to push or wrestle with them. They release because you've stepped out of the way. And in that moment of release, you feel it. The humility, reminded that this greater presence, this infinite intelligence is so much larger than the ego could ever comprehend. And that humility becomes an anchor. It's a reminder to the ego, a soft but powerful message. You don't have to control this. You don't have to know how to fix it. Just let go. There's something far greater at work here. And this isn't about diminishing yourself. It's about recognizing that you're part of something vast, something beyond what the mind can grasp. It's about trusting that intelligence, allowing it to guide you, and letting it show you what's possible. When you do that, when you rest in that balance point, surrender into the spacious awareness, and allow that infinite presence to rise, everything changes. The triggers that used to consume you lose their power. The energy that once felt stuck or knotted up begins to move. The ego's need to hold on or control begins to dissolve, and what emerges is a profound sense of ease. You feel connected, not only to yourself, but to something so much greater. And here's the key. This isn't something to strive for. It's not about achieving a state or forcing an outcome. It's about opening, allowing, and trusting. It's about finding that balance point and resting there, letting the process unfold naturally. The more you practice this, the more you realize that the balance point isn't just a place you visit. It's a way of being. It's a state where you're fully present, fully embodied, and fully connected to the infinite intelligence that flows through everything. And from that space, life begins to feel different. It feels lighter, freer. Even the challenges, the triggers, those difficult moments become opportunities, not to react, but to deepen. So ask yourself this: how deeply can I surrender into this intelligence? How much can I allow this greater presence to move through me? How much can I trust that everything I need is already here in this moment, waiting to unfold? When you live from this space, you don't just think about freedom, you embody it. You don't just touch the infinite, you become a living expression of it.